Hello and welcome back to Slick Willy Fly. So what I'm doing today, I'm doing something a little cool for me. My daughter called and requested a couple of flies. She's going on a little fishing trip with some friends. So she needed a couple of big tasties. And at the same time, I've had some questions about the hook. So I'm tying a yellow, actually tying a new yellow. I got a new yellow called Sunburst. So this will be the first Sunburst I tie. Looks pretty cool. It's like an in-between orange and yellow. I like it. I think I'm gonna like it a lot because I like orange very much. But I'm basically gonna tie a Big Tasty. I got some questions in previous videos, a little bit more information about the hook. So the hook is a wide gap size 4 hook. And I really don't want to get into exactly what brand I'm using because I'm not being sponsored by anybody. So I don't think I really want to get into brands. But what I did was I took a couple of pictures of the hook, closer pictures, with on a ruler, so people get a better idea of what it is that I'm using for a hook. So hope you have your rum and coke. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. It really does help. And let's get in on it. So what I'm gonna do on this particular Big Tasty, that I don't do in all of them, but doing it today, just wanted to. I got a little bit of yellow crystal flash, which I have folded twice. And now I'm gonna take it at about the dead center of the fold and just put it on the hook. And this is just gonna be a little bit of additional flash for this fly, and I'm trying as best as I can to keep it pretty much right on top. I'm even gonna actually take a lap under, which will help me keep the crystal flash on top of the hook. So just up and under, and there it is. Take my scissor and open the loops, and I like that. The Marabou will help control all this nicely. So now I just make a dubbing loop. I've pre-prepped my Marabou, and there's a video that I could put the link to in my comment section of how I prepare my Marabou. But to save time, it's pre-prepared. So I'm gonna carefully insert my Marabou into my dubbing loop, which has to be better than that. There it is. So I'm just gonna carefully insert my Marabou into the dubbing loop. Now when I do this, it's hard to see, but you see I'm only a couple of millimeters past the dubbing loop. You don't want a ton of Marabou past the dubbing loop. You don't want to build a ton of bulk. So now I'm just going to give this a good spin. This dubbing loop I made was a little bit big, but it will work. I'm going to give it a good spin. I'm going to spin it up a little more. Don't need to make the dubbing loops that large. That's going to actually make it a little more difficult for me. And now I'm going to take a bodkin and just untrap some of these trapped fibers quickly. And now I'm going to use my the rotary function on this vise and go ahead and start wrapping the Marabou. You notice I'm being careful to not hit the point of the hook as I make my laps. And of course, like all my other Big Tasty, I draw all the fibers back on every turn. This is such a awesome, durable fly. This color, I think, is just gonna be great. I mean, we catch a lot of fish on orange, catch a lot of fish on yellow. I think it's very reasonable to think that this Sunburst is gonna be a great color. Yeah, so my daughter called me. She's about to take a trip with some of her friends, like end of the, not just end of the university year. She's graduating. She graduates in a couple weeks. So I guess this is like a little graduation fishing trip. Kind of cool. Really very proud of my daughter. She's done so good. She already landed her first real job. Even before graduating, she's just on a great path. Oh, and she still loves fishing with her dad. Even though I didn't get invited on this trip, well, that was a good save. You saw my loop broke off, which is really unusual. But we captured it quickly. And because my loop broke off, I'm going back a little bit farther than I normally do. It won't affect the action of this fly at all. But now I'm just going to make a whip finish. Maybe an additional whip finish just for good measure. And I can cut off my thread. And I take the bodkin and I untrap the trapped fibers. Yes, I was saying my daughter has her first job, and her first job, really thankfully for me, it's in a great company, an international company, and she will be in the same city as me. I was a little concerned about what city she was going to end up in, but at least for the first couple of years of her career, she and I will live in the same city, which makes me really happy. Because she is my #1 fishing partner. And there it is. One Sunburst Big Tasty. Hope you enjoyed. I have a little bit of a long one there. The Flashabou, I can't break off, but I know that I've shown you in previous videos how if you don't like the length, you can just pinch and break off the Marabou. But there it is, Sunburst Big Tasty. I will put all the materials in the description below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And more videos to come. I'm going to give Big Tasties a break. I just happen to have to tie some Big Tasties because my daughter requested some Big Tasties. So these are the flies that I'm tying today. But so here you have one last look. Yellow and Sunburst. The yellow is fluffier looking because it's more dry. As soon as this fly dries a little bit, I got a good amount of saliva on my fingers as I was making this sucker. But as soon as this fly dries up, it will puff out just like that yellow puffed out. It's gonna look, it'll look pretty much exactly the same, just a little bit different color. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you guys come back and see the next video. Thank you for watching. Oh, and don't forget to have a cocktail with me. Thanks for watching.